my God, this fucking guy is ghosting me. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my God.
You're Blocked with Eden Middleman and Simona Catalano.
Okay guys, welcome back. This is part 2
of ghosting. Woo!
Woo!
Happy Halloween, biatches.
Happy Halloween week. Today we're going to be talking about when or if it is ever okay to ghost.
So part 1 was all about how toxic ghosting really is.
Yes.
We still stand by that. However, there's always exceptions to the motherfucking rules. There's always loopholes.
Bitch.
So we're about to explain the scenarios in which we have ghosted people and why we think it was okay.
Right. Like, so you've ghosted people.
Oh, I've definitely ghosted people.
Okay.
Once there's this guy who I met who was just always very sexual towards me. I didn't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
So after a few times, I felt like I needed to engage in it because I was like, I don't want to be rude. This is the problem I think that we all come across, especially as women sometimes when guys are like, you know, throwing shit at you and you're kind of like, oh, I'm not going to be rude. So anyways, it got to the point where it was just like really inappropriate and I just was not feeling it and I couldn't engage anymore, so I just stopped engaging. And I was at the point where like, I don't even want to explain to him that this is inappropriate because he should fucking know.
Yeah.
I'm not his mom. Like, this is something that you should know is not cool. Like, if you're not respecting somebody and you think it's okay to message people something gross like that, like we talked about.
Yeah.
Texting and shit like that, what not to text and why you were left unread in our episodes. Like, it still goes the same way. Like, she has every right or he has every right to literally delete and block your ass if you're going to be really inappropriate out of nowhere for no reason.
I think that's like maybe an underlying thing. Like, and in any situation, if you're being disrespected, I think it's almost always okay to ghost that person.
Yeah,
like,
without explanation. Like,
yeah.
I still, like, if the person's freaking out, I'd be like, listen, you think it's okay to talk to me like that? No, bye. And that's it. You know what I mean?
Here's the thing. Like, in the cases where I've ghosted, I felt like a boundary was just crossed. And I felt like I was already giving this person a chance. I felt like they were grown-ass men, and you should know what is acceptable behavior and what isn't. Mm-hmm. And it's not my job to sit there and fucking explain it to you to why you fucked up and why you're being ghosted.
Ghosting for no reason if the person's been nothing but respectful to you, wrong.
Exactly.
But if the person has been disrespectful to you, I don't really think that they're owed any respect. The respect or the common decency of the explanation before you ghost. Do you know what I mean?
The fact that you've already stated, listen, that's something I'm not comfortable with. Mm-hmm. And I would just really appreciate it if you respected that and that person continues to push and test. You're not required to like provide any additional explanations to why you're choosing to block, mute, delete, and never, ever, ever engage with that person again.
Right.
I'm going into a time where I ghosted someone. Mm-hmm. First dates are very, very premature, okay? Like, you want to put your best foot forward on a first date, okay? So this person was trying to get me to go on a date for months. Like, basically wouldn't take no as an answer, and I already knew that I wasn't feeling any type of way like that with this person. They knew that, but they continually tried. Okay, they continually tried, and I was just like, fuck, I'll just give in then. I'll just fucking go. There was a lot of red flags throughout that entire first date, right? And it basically ended with me being like, call my best friend to come pick me the fuck up right now, because what the fuck just happened? Once I woke up the next morning and I was like safe and like a little bit more level-headed, because like, yes, this person obviously I felt like had the intention of getting me drunk. Like belligerently drunk on this first date. I felt some sort of pressure to drink, and I never do. Like, that's just not my vibe. Yeah. I don't like to do that.
It was like almost this person was very sneaky manipulative in a way to get you to do what he wanted you to do, and that was engage in that kind of behavior, which is not you. Yeah. And so when you already are in that kind of situation, you know that person has zero respect or regard for who you are, for what you believe in, for what you feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
Because he gave you an option.
You say, no, I don't do shots, and they order 2.
Man, how the
like,
fuck?
You specifically state a boundary, and this person orders it.
And people who are notorious for being that manipulative are actually really good at making it seem like they're being super nice.
Yes.
Like, you won't even realize until after the fact
Yes.
that this person was actually a sneaky motherfucker who was not keeping your best interest at heart and didn't actually give a fuck about you.
Yeah,
in
and it freaks somebody
it's
out.
Scary. It's scary.
Freaks somebody out, especially because this person was significantly older than me. So like when a guy is like significantly older, you just expect a certain level of maturity. Okay,
I mean, you fucking should.
Like, I'm a young woman, and like that's not how I choose to conduct myself. And also making a joke of it afterwards, being like, next time we won't get that drunk, or like, you know, like, did you get in trouble? Like, all this stuff. Like, that's not cute. That's problematic.
That's why you've been ghosted, you've been blocked, and you've been deleted. And
Yes.
for a very rightful reason. That was for protection of your safety and your fucking mental and physical health. Like, honestly, at that point,
Yeah.
hell yeah, what else are you gonna do? You're not gonna want to engage with someone who's toxic as shit, who has obviously issues they need to deal with.
Yeah.
Like, this is the only time, like, I've had exes who brought about so many toxic feelings and emotions by popping into my life. And
whenever, out of the blue, like, hey, bitch, I'm back.
Yeah. And without my consent, without me encouraging that or wanting that. And they know that. And they're doing that intentionally. And that is why you will be ghosted. Like,
Yeah.
you're not going to get a response from me.
No, you're not.
And that's okay.
We're choosing not to engage. And at that point, like, listen, when it's something like that where you've done something, you're crossing the line, you're triggering someone like your ex was, like, be aware of why the person is ghosting you. Like, for example, for that first date, like, you didn't know that was offside and out of line. Like, I've never been on a first date where the guy, I felt like, was trying to take advantage of me for something.
Yeah.
I was so fucking freaked out.
We preach that ghosting is so toxic and disrespectful. It's like, well, I'm not going to respect you if you have not respected me. No.
I'm gonna block his number.
Absolutely.
Because who had to deal with the repercussions of that night?
Just you.
Just me.
Just you.
Just fucking me.
And he slept well at home, no problems and no worries.
Exactly.
So, disrespect.
Disrespect, yes. Also, I've ghosted someone that I've never met because it got to a point where I was like, first of all, I've never fucking met you. There is no type of like relationship forming or going on here. I'm not interested in internet connections. Like, I don't want to continue my life like that. Like, my reality is a mirror of my Instagram, okay?
Guys, I want to take a side note here. We're going to put like a little text here. Okay.
Insert text.
Insert text. Okay. Hold yourself accountable to your little social media life just as much as you do in real life, okay?
Yes.
Because we have literally crossed the boundaries and borders of both, and it is now time that we hold each other accountable. Align your shit. You can't be one person on the internet and one person in real life. It doesn't work that way.
So, and that's kind of the basis as to why I ghosted this next person. Listen. I feel bad that I ended it abruptly, but at the same token, I was trying to hold both of us accountable. So a friend cyber introduced me to this guy. This guy follows me, whatever. I'm like, I'm not gonna follow this guy back because I'm not like, you know, he follows you, you follow him, he thinks you like him, he must.
No,
like, I don't want that.
She holds her social media platforms accountable. She will follow back people who she feels are healthy for her and beneficial to her, and she wants to see. If she doesn't, why?
Like, if I don't know you, yeah. Like,
anyways,
so he slides into like a story thing after a few weeks. And then he's like, yo, like, follow me back. And I'm like, oh, okay, at that point, like, whatever. So, like, follow back, whatever. Like, listen, like, we should hang out and get drinks one day. I'm like, okay, fine, sure. Like, I'm open to it. This was literally a year ago.
Oh my God.
My birthday's in 2 months. Says he wants, like, take me out for my birthday. I've never met you.
Weird.
Know your place. Like, that's kind of fucking weird.
Yeah, that's
so
fucking
I obviously didn't respond to that because that was weird. It's pretty much always him initiating the convo. I'm engaging back or I'm liking the comment. Yeah, sure. Okay, cool. And then, you know, somewhere down the line, a little bit sexual comes into play. You just brush it off like, okay, I saw it, I liked it, I acknowledge the fact that you said it, but I'm kind of freaked out and turned off. No. Then, like, months later was like, you know, like, went on vacation, says, like, sent me a whole spiel, I missed you, all this stuff, oh my God, you know, here's my number, like, text me. I didn't text you, okay? So, like, pick up on the fact that I didn't text you, didn't call you, didn't follow through, okay? What the fuck is going on here,
Like,
Simona?
what are we doing? It's
you
a waste
don't
of time.
like this person.
Yeah.
You don't like this person. You're not interested in this person. You don't care for this person. It's a cyber connection. It's not something that I want in real life and, like, not something that I'm into. This person also seemed like they were, like, fucking madly in love with me, and that low-key kind of freaked me out because I've never met you. So I was like, listen, maybe it's just best that I cut all ties because he's obviously not understanding the fact that I am not really engaging anymore and that I'm not texting or calling.
I think that that's a good message, guys. Is like, it is difficult to gauge when someone is not trying anymore, trying to give you a hint if they're very subtle about it. But if it's abrupt like that, like you're like not engaging in conversation at certain points in time, and you, every time there's something sexual said, you like run the fuck away and take a step back and don't respond. Like, if you can't pick up on those social cues, it's time to wake up, because it's literally her saying, hey, this makes me feel uncomfortable. And yeah, maybe Simona, you should have said, hey, like, don't message me like that or whatever. But it's this random guy that she didn't even want to engage in. It wasn't like a mutual thing. I think that that's also a lesson we need to learn.
Yes.
If it's not mutual, if you both didn't meet each other off of fucking Tinder, swiped right on each other, and started a conversation, engaged for a bit, and it was both 50-50, and you both really were feeling it, and then suddenly stop, I think it's okay to have those moments of like, hey, you know what? We're going to naturally dwell out and just like chill.
Just dwell out.
Yeah.
So I was like, the only way I can kind of stop communication here with this person is to just unfollow them.
And I think it's low-key because you felt kind of weird and uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'm like,
Weird
listen, like, this just hasn't served me, and I don't want you to like think that you're my one when I've like never literally ever fucking met you. And also, like, at that point, like, there's a certain grace period where if you don't make plans to concretely see me in person, you're out of the fucking mix.
This situation at first you might think is like, okay, like you're going against everything you're saying about ghosting in the first video, but it's actually hitting both parts. If you realize it's respect, you are not making any effort to concretely see someone and you're trying to show interest in them and lead them on in that way. Wrong, disrespectful.
Yeah.
And two, you're being sexual and inappropriate and she's showing you she's uncomfortable, but you're still crossing that boundary. So it is literally two motherfucking no's in one situation. And that's what's fucked up. So ghosting in that situation, she's like, listen, you're giving me no fucking option here. Like, I don't think you understand social cues, so I don't think you understand me texting you and being like, fuck right off.
Also, like, how could you expect somebody to take you seriously if it's been a year? Like, if I'm not going to be seeing you and engaging with you on a personal level day to day, why are you on my IG?
Nobody holds themselves that accountable, and I'm so proud of you. So, like,
I'm like,
take
you know what?
notes from Simona, guys.
I'm like, no.
I think that there was like this one time I can kind of slip in where I actually just remembered I ghosted this one guy I met at a club, and like super dry but super my style. Like, I love when a guy's like quiet, shy in a corner. Like, he was a little bit too dry, but I was like, oh, word, like kind of my vibe.
I'm like, Eden, like, low-key concerned he's not interested in you. No, she's like, I love it. And I'm
yeah. So like,
I'm like, no,
I had
he
a
doesn't
moment.
like you, Eden. He does not like you.
Well, lo and behold, he actually was engaging in conversation via text. We exchanged numbers and shit like that. And he was talking to me, and then like I made a joke, and then he was just like, he took my joke so wrong, because he was like, what's your last name? I'm like, why do you need my last name? Are you gonna stalk me or something? He's like, LOL, like, why the fuck would I even stalk you? Like, that's so weird. Like, he said something like that. I'm like, bro, that was a fucking joke, you weirdo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was so small, it's not a big deal or whatever. But like, I literally ghosted him after that, because I was just like, okay, like, you're not vibing with me. I don't want to get into more conflict, so I'm just going to step away from the conversation because I don't feel welcomed. Do you know what I mean? I feel like that's also respect. Like, I know my place. I know my place. You know what I mean?
At that point, it was still so fresh that you were like, yeah, I can get out of this without it even being a thing.
And I low-key think he wanted me to at that point. Like, at that point, like, he was like, okay, like, I don't fuck with your vibe. I don't know your jokes. Maybe I'm too old for you. I don't know the fuck. Like, it was just weird.
Yeah.
Then okay. And it's funny because he was hitting on me at the end of the night. He was like, when am I going to see you next? Or like, whatever. Here's my number. Like, let's just, whatever. He was the one that did that. Yeah, I initiated, but like afterwards it was like, so I was confused as fuck. I was like, okay, well, I'm not welcome here, so I'm going to ghost you. And I think it's because when you don't feel comfortable in a situation and they're making you feel like, okay, like I gotta go, then you gotta go. Like, it wasn't like we were talking online for a long time.
Exactly.
It wasn't like a routine.
Ghosting is not just people that you've been communicating with for like a hot minute. It could be like something so short and you're like,
bye.
I just don't want any communication with you ever again. Like, I'm just gonna exit right now. It's kind of done.
Normally your intuition will tell you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
If your intuition is telling you to ghost someone, like, listen, like, I'm really in tune with my intuition, and like we go back and forth all the time. Like, even when I was ghosting this guy, the first one, the date, Eden was like, are you sure you want to do that? You don't want to send him a message? And I was like, you know what? No, I don't, because he doesn't deserve that. He doesn't deserve for me to like explain to him what the fuck he did that was wrong and that it was not acceptable. So when you listen to your intuition, she always knows what the fuck you should be doing.
What the fuck is up? Yeah, and I feel like people who ghost like for stupidity, like the toxic ghosters,
the toxic ghosters,
really have to play it as a game. Like, they really have to be like, oh my God, I'm gaining feelings, so like I gotta ghost. You know what I mean? Like,
bullshit. Call bullshit on that.
Like, literally.
Like, don't be sitting there like, oh my God, like he doesn't talk to me because he loves me. Like, bitch, that guy does not love you. Okay, he doesn't fucking.
We're just spitting facts, guys. That's all we do. We keep it 100 right
Bum,
here.
bum, bum, bum.
Trust. Full honesty. We don't want more bullshit out there on the internet. It triggers us like a motherfucker. So if you're on TikTok or on social media and you see this happening, you can let them know we fucking
just slide in the comments.
We sent you bitches.
Slide in the comments and be like #toxic,
#you're blocked. Oh!
#bye bitch.
Bye bitch.
Love that for us. Okay, guys, like, comment, subscribe.
Thank you so much for watching.
This top.
Guys, if you know what show this is from, write us in the comments.
I didn't know, but I almost bought it, and then I saw her wearing it, and I was like, oh my God, we get a twin.
Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. We'll see you back here very soon. We love you.
Very soon.
And thank you.
And thank you. Okay, and scene.